Howdy YouTube, today we're taking a look at the Star Wars Hasbro. We've got the 2-pack featuring the 7th Sister Inquisitor and one of the best Star Wars characters of all time, and that is of course Darth Maul. If you consider yourself a Star Wars fan, then make sure you watch the Clone Wars series, probably the best Star Wars anything. I think it's better than the movies. I think it's better than any other TV shows, better than the comics. The Clone Wars series in its entirety is probably the coolest Star Wars thing ever made. In particular, Season 3 onwards, it really picks up. Towards the end, I believe it's towards the end of Season 3, then Season 4 and 5 especially, Darth Maul plays a really big part. They resurrect him, bring him back. They have him take over Mandalore. He, spoiler, kills Obi-Wan's girlfriend / love interest. He's a really cool character. Darth Sidious comes in there and then has to resolve the chaos that's ensued and basically put Maul in check. So it is an epic series with some of the best Darth Maul scenes and dialogue of all time. Then we fast forward to Rebels. Season 1 of Rebels, I was not a big fan. Season 2 of Rebels advertised Darth Vader and Darth Maul, and they were both in it for like 2 episodes, and it was a big disappointment. And the season was better than Season 1. Apparently Season 3 is better again, but from what I've heard, it still does not match the level of the Clone Wars. Having said that, these are 2 fantastic figures. The Darth Maul looks great. I like that they had him at the Sith temple and they had the Inquisitors there hunting him. It fit the storyline with what happened in between Clone Wars and him getting captured by Darth Sidious, and then obviously what happened in Rebels. And the 7th Sister Inquisitor I thought was a really cool character as well, because you don't get too many evil female characters, and she was fantastic. She was much better than the male Inquisitor characters that featured on the show. So really excited to get both of these figures. You can see it's a new set because it has the Rogue One logo. Again, a really good Star Wars movie. This rocket firing gimmick I think is a little bit ridiculous, but we will check that out. Nice artwork of the 2 characters on the side here. Taking a look at the back, there is a nice read up which I will bring forward. You guys can pause the review and read that in your own time if you are interested. And here we have Darth Maul and the 7th Sister Inquisitor opened up and out of packaging. Both are really cool looking figures. They are, much like a lot of the other newer figures that we've gotten, very basic in terms of articulation, but the detailing has certainly improved from the step back I think Hasbro took in the last couple of years. We'll start with Darth Maul. It is a really cool looking figure. It looks very accurate. One thing that you should check out if you're a big Darth Maul fan is the video game they were making on him that they then cancelled, which is a real shame. All they need to give us is The Force Unleashed, which is I think the best Star Wars game of all time, along with Battlefront 2, and just swap the characters for Darth Maul, and you have yourself a AAA very successful game right there. You can have a really good story. You can tie it in with the Clone Wars. After he gets captured by by Darth Sidious, he makes him go through a series of trials, much like he does to Vader years later after the destruction of the Death Star. You can have him verse other Sith, other Jedi, etc. You could really do a lot with Darth Maul, but unfortunately it was not meant to be. The face is pretty accurate to how he looked in Rebels. Nice body tattoos and everything. Nice detailing on his pants as well. Again, I haven't seen Season 3 of Rebels. Season 2 didn't really grab me enough to watch it immediately. I will get round to it because apparently Maul is the main villain in that. But that's the Darth Maul figure. And now in terms of the Inquisitor, both these figures have a hard time standing, if I'm honest. And that is part of the lack of articulation, especially in the ankles. We used to have ball jointed ankles and a little bit wider feet on the figures, which we don't have now. Hopefully you can see, and apologies for the lighting, the detailing on her face is very accurate and it does look very cool. She has a ball jointed head, so a little bit more articulation than Darth Maul. Swivel in the arms, nothing in the waist. She does have a soft rubber, it's not really a dress, but you get what I mean, and swivel in the legs, and that's about it for articulation on both of these figures. She looks quite good too. Again, she's probably the nicest looking Inquisitor figure that we've gotten And she does come with some cool accessories, which I'll show you guys. Again, hard time standing, but at least visually, these are two quite nice figures. Okay, and here we have both figures with their accessories. Darth Maul comes with a hooded cloak, which is quite nice, and then the Inquisitor comes with the face shield, which again I think was fantastic. I loved the design of her. I thought she was an excellent character. In terms of their weaponry, you have Darth Maul's lightsaber, which looks a lot different. I really like the shape and the design of that. I think that looks really nice. And then just to compare, you have the Inquisitor blade as well. Both dual or double-sided lightsabers, and both really cool designs, and two really cool figures. Overall, if you're a big Darth Maul fan, then you must get this set. If you're a Star Wars fan, I think it's worth picking up too, because you have two really cool characters. Definitely if you like Rebels, then it's a no-brainer. You've got to get these two. I'm not going to show off the rocket launcher gimmick pack, just because I think that's not something I would ever display or use for these figures. If you do really want to see it in future reviews, let me know in the comments below, but it was nothing too impressive as far as I was concerned. These figures, however, are fantastic and well worth picking up. You can get them from fairly cheap from your local Target or Kmart. Avoid eBay. They tend to charge a much higher price for these guys just because they are a little bit harder to find. But hang in there, shop around a little bit, and you'll be able to get a good deal on them. And I hope you guys have enjoyed this review on the Star Wars Rebels 7th Sister Inquisitor versus Darth Maul 2-pack.